7.
Welcome, children. Welcome to the grammar class. Today's topic is tenses and their uses. The three main divisions of time are present, past, future. Time now, time then, time to come. Present means time now. Past means time then. And future means time to come. The verb of the sentence has most to do with denoting time. Seeing the verb in a sentence, we come to know when this particular action has taken place. So we say there are three tenses of the verb, namely the present tense, the past tense, and the future tense. The word tense means time, whether anything has happened presently, or it happened in the past, or it happened in the it will happen in the future. So let us first start with simple present tense. Simple present tense is used to express general truths. General truths means, like the example, the earth moves around the sun. Hot air rises and cold air descends. Honey is sweet. In all the three examples, we find that nothing changes. It's not that the earth moves around the sun today and tomorrow it will move around some other planet, or the other day it will not move at all. It doesn't happen like that. It remains the same. So it's a general truth. Hot air rises and cold air descends. That also is true. That will not change. Today it's one in one way, tomorrow it's going to be another way, or in the past it was something else. That doesn't happen. Honey is sweet. Today it's sweet. Tomorrow is something other, some other taste. No, it doesn't happen, isn't it? So, to express general truth, we use simple present tense. So, what is the verb here in these three sentences? You see, moves, rises, is, and so on. To describe a habit or custom, I go to school every day. The office opens at 10 o'clock. Here, I go to school every day. It's a habit, it's a custom. Every day it's a habit for you to go to school. So such thing also is expressed in simple present tense. Then, to express what is actually taking place at the present moment. Like I write. What are you doing now? I write. This, I'm writing now. The child runs. Write, runs. Here comes the train. Comes. What is actually happening now, presently, at present moment? I am teaching. I teach. So this also is expressed. For this action also we use simple present tense. To describe past events in order to make the description seem more vivid or real. Like some past event which has taken place, but now you're trying to describe it. So you describe now it's happening like this to make it more, the description more realistic. So you that situation also you use simple present tense. So that is known as historic present. Something which is in the past, which happened in the past, but now you are trying to describe as though it has happened just now, so that the audience, those are listeners, they can have something realistic experience. To summarize a story or describe an action in a dramatic manner. To summarize a story or action, like how to prepare tea, if it's a question. You can say That I take the tea bag, I dip it in the cup of hot water, I mix milk, then the tea is ready. This also, this action also, in a very dramatic manner, you want to explain the things. That also use simple present tense. Irfan runs up to the wickets, he bowls like some commentary. The commentators also use simple present tense. What is happening now, isn't it? To quote authors, whether living or dead. Shakespeare says, life is but a walking shadow. Any quotation by any person, any writer, whether the person is alive or dead, that term also we use simple present tense. To express a future event that is part of a fixed timetable or fixed program. To express a future event that is part of a fixed timetable or fixed program. The match starts at 5 o'clock. The train leaves at 6:30. It's a future event and there's a time fixed for it. That also we present in simple present tense. Now we move to present continuous tense. The next one is, in present tense we have simple present, present continuous, present perfect continuous. We have four types, sorry. So the second one is the present continuous tense. To describe an action that is happening now at the time of speaking. The action which is happening now at the time of speaking. The boys are playing cricket now. Look there, the man is beating the child. There is a continuity of action in what we say. The action is going on there. So the boys are playing cricket now. Look there, the man is beating the child. All this, there's a continuity of action is there. So here, this usually associated with adverbs and adverb phrases of present time, such as now, at this moment, at present, etc. To describe an action going on over a period of time, including the present, and may not be going on at the time of speaking. So it is also used to describe an action that is going on over a period of time. Now also it is going on, but at the time of speaking, it is not happening maybe. That action also is, for that action also we use present continuous tense. Like I'm learning French. At the time of speaking, I'm not learning, but these days I'm learning that. So that is expressed in present continuous tense. Mohan is working in a factory. Means nowadays, Mohan is working in a factory. Maybe at that moment he is not working. Presently, he's not in the office. He may be at home, but what is he doing? He is working in a factory. Mohan. To describe an action which is going to take place in the future. The action which is going to take place in the future also we express in present continuous tense. Wait, we are just coming. That means we are about to come. I'm leaving for Bangalore tomorrow. Next week, she is inviting all her friends to her birthday party. So next week, she is inviting all her friends to her birthday party. So to describe an action which is going to take place in future also, we express in present continuous tense. Here we have to note some more things which we have to keep in mind. Some verbs, due to their meanings, are not normally used in the continuous form. For example, verbs of sense, see, hear, smell, etc. Normally we don't say, I am seeing a bird. We just say, I see a bird. Same way, verbs expressing feelings or state of mind like love, hate, wish, hope, forgive, etc. We don't say, I'm loving you. We say, I love you. So they are not used in present continuous tense. Verbs of thinking or some mental activity, that is think, remember, believe, know, understand, imagine, also are not used in present continuous tense. Verbs of possession, possess, own, belong, also are not used. Same way, appear, seem, look are not used, but we generally use and make mistakes. Now we move to the third type of present tense, that is present perfect. Present perfect tense. Present perfect tense is used to indicate that an action has been completed, finished, or done just now, near the present time, or a little time back in the immediate past. I have finished the painting just now. Grandmother has just written a letter. So the action has been completed, finished just now, or a little time back. That also is expressed in present perfect tense. The present perfect gives the idea of both present and perfect. The perfect gives the idea that somebody has already completed, finished, or done the work. The present gives the idea that the work has been completed near the present time. So therefore, the connection with the present time is indicated by has or have and not had. We use has or have. If you just try to recollect in simple present tense, we use is, are, am. Okay, the same way, like for example, write, writes, we use the verb like that. Then it comes to continuous. Continuous means something, ing is there, ing form. So is writing, are writing. Write becomes writing here, is writing, are writing. Okay. When it comes to perfect tense, we use has or have in the sentence. To indicate that the action has taken place sometime in the past, it may be long back, long time back, but the action is so completed has its effect on the present time. Means Ajay has eaten all the biscuits, therefore nothing is left to give you now. Here, Ajay has eaten all the biscuits. It's one past action. So what is the effect of it? That there is nothing left to give it to you. Now. That now tells something in the present. So Ajay has, as I told you, has or have we use. Here Ajay, so has. Or if you say boys have eaten all the biscuits, then we use have. Here Ajay, singular, so has. Ajay has eaten all the biscuits. Therefore, so a past action. It happened somewhere in the past. But its effect is there presently also. What is the effect? There is nothing to give it to you to eat. I have done my work. So what is the result? I'm free now. Isn't it? So you see this diagram, the action finished in the past, it has the effect in the present. To indicate that the action began at some time in the past, but is continuing up to the present time of speaking. That also we express in present perfect tense. He has lived here for 10 years. Means he still lives here. You mean by that? We have known each other for 10 years. Means we still know. Last 10 years we know each other. That's what you mean to say. Rajiv has been ill since yesterday. Means he is still ill. The action began in the past, still continuing in the present. Action in the past, effect now also. So all these things we use for all these things we use present perfect tense. Since is used in the present perfect It shows that the verb takes effect from the specific event or point of time in the past until now. Example, I have known him since 1990. For is used for the period of time, for 15 years. Point of time, period of time. Since for point of time, for period of time. That you have to keep in mind. And generally in the perfect tense, we have to use it. To describe a past action, the time of which is neither indicated nor definite. He has helped me several times. A past action. That is, helping is in his nature. He helps many times. Which is neither in the time is neither indicated nor definite. We don't know what is the time, how many times, all these things we don't know. Sita and Savitri have been to Los Angeles. Means they have been many times. The number is not definite. We don't know the exact number. Have you seen a ghost? That here also we use the present perfect tense. Have. See the usage of have. To describe an action which is not yet completed. The action which is not yet completed also we use present perfect tense. Why have you not done the work yet? He has not met me so far. Means the work is not yet completed. The action is not yet completed. That also is expressed in present perfect tense. To describe the present perfect tense is never used with adverbs or adverbs phrases of past time, like yesterday, last year, on March 1990, etc. He has gone to Delhi yesterday. That is not correct, because by putting yesterday, it has already been shown that the action belongs to the past. Therefore, has no connection with the present. If it has no connection with the present perfect is not correct. So therefore, instead of the verb of present perfect has gone, a verb of past tense went should be used in the sentence. He went to Delhi yesterday is correct. If present perfect has gone is to be used, the adverb yesterday has to be left. Do you understand? See the sentence once again. He has gone to Delhi. That is correct. But you can't say yesterday, you can't add yesterday there. If you add yesterday, it should not be has gone. It should be went. Because yesterday is a word which is connected to the past tense. So, if you have to use yesterday, you have to use went. If you want to use has gone, then you don't use yesterday. So that you should be able to differentiate. The present perfect tense. So the present perfect continuous tense. So it is used to describe an action which began at some time in the past and is still continuing. I have been riding a bicycle for 2 hours. Means he is still riding. Raghu has been working since 8 a.m. Means he is still working. They have been living here since 1st April. Means still they are living. The use of present perfect tense, have been living, has been working, have been riding, have plus been plus verb plus ing is used in present perfect continuous tense. Here we find that it has some similarity with that of present perfect tense. See, we have seen he has lived here for 10 years. We have used one sentence. He has been living here for 10 years. There's little similarity there. They both mean the same. In the present perfect continuous tense, we use since to indicate point of time and for to indicate period of time. At 5 p.m., we can say, he has been sleeping since 3 p.m. He has been sleeping for 2 hours. Point of time, period of time. For period of time. Since for point of time. Present continuous tense is not used with adverb indicating past time. Present continuous only says that the action is continuing in the present but says nothing about the past. While present perfect continuous says that the action is still continuing in the present. Do you find the difference there? Present continuous tells that the action is continuing in the present, but it doesn't tell anything about the past. Whereas present perfect continuous tense tells that the action began in the past and is still continuing. Though it began sometime in the past, it's still continuing. So it would be wrong if you say, I am working since yesterday. No, you can't say that. Because, again, as we have seen, if you use the word yesterday, it indicates that the action began sometime in the past. The present perfect continuous is meant for it. We can say, I have been working since yesterday. So you can use it in present perfect continuous tense. With verbs not normally used in continuous form, use the present perfect tense. For example, own. And so cannot be used in the continuous tense. But in the present perfect, it's possible with this verb. Like, I'm owning a car. No, I own a car. I have owned a car since 2002. You can say like that. Try to see the difference. We take the next tense, the simple past tense. The present tense means what happened presently at that particular time. Past tense means to describe an action completed in the past. An adverb or adverbial phrase of past time like yesterday, last night, 10 days back, 4 years ago, all these can be used. It's generally added to sentences describing past action. I received your letter yesterday. I received your letter yesterday. When we add this yesterday to it, it's more clear to us that it's a past action. 5 years ago, I left this college. So, 5 years ago, I left the college. So, received, left. It tells about the past action. It tells that it is in simple past. My father always went for a walk every morning. Went for a walk. Went is the verb which tells that it is a past action. I attended the church regularly in my young days. I attended, past form of the verb. Gandhiji spun on the charkha every day. Spun is again a past form. The phrase used to plus verb is sometimes used in the place of simple past tense to express action which was a past habit. My father used to go for a walk every morning. So, used to plus verb. That way also we can express simple past tense. I used to attend the church regularly in my young days. Gandhiji used to spin on the charkha every day. So both the ways are used to express simple past tense. We take the past continuous tense. As I told you, continuous tense means ing will be there. So to describe an action going on at a point of time or over a period of time in the past. At 6 a.m. this morning, I was doing my homework. So an action going on at a point of time or or period of time in the past. At 6 a.m., what were you doing in the morning? I was doing my homework. So that is expressed in, for that purpose, we use past continuous tense. I was resting the whole day. To describe an action which was in progress when another action took place. Two actions are taking place. So to describe an action which was in progress when another action took place. When they were sleeping when the thief entered the bedroom. What were they doing? They were sleeping. When the thief entered the bedroom, two actions are there. Thief entered the bedroom. What were they doing that time? What was the action in progress? Sleeping. The light went out while I was reading. Two actions. The light went out, I was reading. With verbs not normally used in the continuous form, the simple past is used. For instance, here is not used in past continuous. However, simple past continuous is possible. I was hearing it from my office. No, I heard it from my office. We don't use ing form here. Okay, that we have to keep in mind in a comparative way when we go. The past perfect tense is used to indicate that an action was completed at some point in the past before another action commenced or took place. Past perfect. Even in the fill in the blanks in the verb forms, generally you get this type of sentence. So you have to be a little alert. Here what happens? Two actions take place. When two actions take place, that is, I reached the station, the train left. Two actions have taken place here. The two actions take place. One past action earlier than the other past action. So we use past perfect is used for earlier past action and simple past for the later past action. Past perfect means past of the past. That is the earlier of the two past actions. For example, let us take the same example. When I reached the station, the train had left. What is the first action here? The train left, then you reach the station. So the train had left, you will put it in past perfect. Then the second one, you put it in simple past. At times it so happens, you may get a sentence, when I reached the station, the train dash had left. You can't say left. You're right, had left. Or you may get a sentence, when I dash the station, the train dash. So you have to see which is the first, which is the second action. So here, which is the first and which is the second action? When you see, accordingly, you can put it in the past and past perfect. I reached the station, the train had left. First action is the train left, then you came, isn't it? So the you came is the recent past. That will be in past tense. The previous action will be in past perfect. So you have to put when I reached the station, the train had left. Please read it twice or thrice to come to a clear understanding if you are not able to understand. See, let us take another example. The patient had died before the doctor came. There are two actions. Patient died, then doctor came. The doctor came, it happened just now. So that will be in simple past. But the patient had died will be in past perfect. Had you have to use there. Keep that in mind. Another one, after he had left, the roof collapsed. He left, roof collapsed. So roof collapsed is a recent past action, you can say. But the previous past action is He left. So there you will use had. He had left, the roof collapsed. The rain had stopped when he went out of the house. Rain stopped is the first past action. Recent past action is he went out of the house, isn't it? So the past action, recent past will be in past, simple past, and the previous action will be in past perfect. So there we use had stopped. I hope I'm clear. The next tense is past perfect continuous tense. It is used to describe an action which began in the past, continued up to a certain time, certain point of time in the past. When I visited him in Chandigarh, he had been teaching there for 5 years. Hence, another example, they had been playing in the park for 3 hours before I called them. So, an action which began in the past and is continuing up to the certain point of time in the past. Started teaching 5 years and still was teaching, isn't it? That is way. It everything happened before in the past itself. When I visited him in Chandigarh, what was he doing that time? Had been teaching there for 5 years. Since 5 years, he was doing that work. For 5 years, he has been doing the same. So both the actions take place in the past. Now, the third type is future tense. Simple future tense to describe an action which is yet to happen in the future. It has not yet taken place. It will happen in the future. I shall go to Agra tomorrow. Means you are not yet gone. You have to go tomorrow. So we use the word shall. He will come here on my birthday. Will. Means he has not yet come. He will come. Simple future time can be expressed in many ways without using the verb of simple future tense. If we want to express simple future tense, we don't have to use all the time shall and will plus verb. We don't have to use. There are other ways. There are 4 ways to express simple future tense. Let us see that. The first way is by using simple present tense. Also, we can express simple future tense. How? For example, our examination begins on 4th March. This begins tells that it is simple present. Simple present also can be used to express simple future tense. The meeting starts within an hour. Starts is a simple present tense. It is in simple present tense, that verb. So this can be used to express simple future tense also. By using present continuous, I am leaving for Germany tomorrow. They are planning to attack us. Here, am leaving, are planning. This is in present continuous. Present continuous also can be used to express simple future tense. By using am is are going plus infinitive pattern. He is going to resign from the committee. It is going to rain after some time. Is going to. Is am are going plus infinitive pattern. To rain, to resign, like that. So in this way also we can, there's a third way to express simple future tense. By using am, is, are plus infinitive pattern. I am to see the doctor today. He is to join the Navy soon. This is the fourth way of expressing simple future tense. So apart from, excuse me, shall and will, there are 4 other ways to express simple future tense. Future continuous tense. Future continuous tense is used to describe an action that will be continuing at a given point of time in future. Now we have seen about past. Now an action which is going to take place in future. Tomorrow at this time, I shall be taking my tests. Excuse me. Tomorrow at this time, what will you be doing? I shall be taking my tests. So at the given time point in the future, what will you be doing? Excuse me. I will be taking tests. That is expressed in future continuous tense. What will you be doing this evening? I will be doing that thing. The, the future perfect tense to describe an action that will be completed at a given point of time in future. The action which will be completed. Excuse me. To describe an action that will be completed at a given point of time in future. By the end of this month, we shall have shifted to our new house. Before you reach his home, he will have left that place. To describe an action that will be completed at a given time, given point of time in the future. He will have shifted by the end of this month. He will have shifted by that time. Before you reach home, he will have left the place. The action will be completed. I shall have returned from school by that time. So, at a given point of time, the action will be completed in the future. That we express in future perfect tense. So, shall plus have plus the verb, past participle. The future perfect continuous tense is used to describe an action that will be in progress even after a point of time in future. By the end of this year, I shall have been living in Kolkata for 4 years. Means an action which will be in progress even after a point of time. In perfect, it will be completed. In future, in continuous tense, it will be in progress even in the future. So by the end of this year, this is, what is this year? This is 2020. By the end of this year, I shall have been living in Kolkata for 4 years. Or I'll be living in, I shall have been living in Mumbai for 12 years. Anyhow, this tense is no longer in use nowadays. With this, we complete, children. The topic is completed. Thank you.